Welcome to the Top Business Leaders Show, powered by Rise 25 Media. We feature top founders, executives, and business leaders from all over the world.
Hi, Chad Franzen here, co-host of our SpotOn series. SpotOn has the best-in-class payment platform for retail, and they have a flagship solution called SpotOn Restaurant, where they combine marketing, software, and payments all in one. They've served everyone from larger chains like Dairy Queen and Subway to small mom restaurants. To learn more, go to SpotOn.com. This episode is brought to you by Rise 25. We help B2B businesses to get ROI, clients, referrals, and strategic partnerships through Done For You podcasts. If you have a B2B business and want to build great relationships with clients, referral partners, and thought leaders in your space, there's no better way to do it than through podcasts and content marketing. To learn more, go to rise25.com or email us at support@rise25.com. My guest today is the Chief Energizing Officer at Z Tejas. With over years of experience in the secondary ticket industry, Randy brings his passion for creating memorable experiences to the restaurant world. He is also the owner of 4 Z Tejas locations in Austin, Texas, Kyle, Texas, and Phoenix, Arizona. Beyond his work at Z Tejas, Randy is the Chief Energizing Officer at TicketCity, a global company that sells tickets to major sporting events worldwide. He is also an author, speaker, and coach, sharing his insights on his entrepreneurial journey. Randy, thanks so much for joining me today. How are you?
Great. Pleasure meeting you, young man. Thanks for having me on.
Great to have you. Great to have you. Hey, tell me a little bit about Z Tejas. If I have never been to one, when I go there, what would my experience be, just having walked in the door?
First of all, man, you made me sound really good there. I want to date that guy. That was a great introduction. So, Z Tejas, I call it the spirit of Z because it's been around for about 35 years. And I basically came in as a investor about 5 years ago, and the company kind of went the wrong way. And I said, I'm going to figure this stuff out because I always had so many memorable experiences of hanging out at Z Tejas, the amazing camaraderie of the guests, the Chambord margaritas, the energy that's there. The food is fantastic. And you know what? It's a legendary, iconic restaurant that's been around for 35 years. That just does not happen in the restaurant industry. And I was tired of seeing so many restaurants go by the wayside. I wanted to keep that spirit and energy going in the Z Tejas's. So now we have 4 locations. The newest one right off the highway of I-35 between Austin and San Antonio in Kyle, Texas. It's a gorgeous restaurant, brand spanking new. There's one in Avery Ranch, North Austin, and there's one in Scottsdale, Arizona. And then there's also one in Chandler, Arizona. So a lot of energy, a lot of amazing food, and a lot of people that care that work for us.
So, as I mentioned, your title, meanwhile, you're the owner of 4 locations, but your title is Chief Energizing Officer. What does that mean?
Well, you know what? I want to walk into a room and I want to light it up. I want people to go, stand back, non-believers. Let's get the party started. And you do anything is how you do everything. Showing up with all gas and no brakes.
Nice, very nice. You had been working for decades with TicketCity. Tell me a little bit about that.
TicketCity is where you get the best of tickets for the best of times. So we've been taking care of people since the basically 1990s, sending people to events like the Super Bowl and the Masters and the U.S. Open tennis and all the concert, sporting, and theater events all around the world. TicketCity actually takes ownership of inventory for like college football and for all these events. And then people go online to TicketCity.com and they can get tickets to their, NFL game or college football game or NBA game. And, we're saving the world one ticket at a time and making some dreams come true.
Are you a founder of TicketCity?
Yes, I founded TicketCity. I was literally working the streets back in the 80s, hawking tickets. And I basically took my life savings of $1,200 and bought tickets for the big game at $6 each. I think it was University of Arkansas, #1 in the country, playing University of Texas. The game finally sold out, and I sold all my 6 tickets for $15. And I thought, wow, this arbitrage kind of works. So, built a little ticket empire, and I'm I'm one of the OGs of selling tickets in the ticket brokerage industry, and I thought I could translate culture and my expertise into the restaurant industry. And see, honestly, it's a lot trickier, but you got to keep fighting the fight and show up every day the best you can be.
So how has kind of your experience growing TicketCity, it's founding TicketCity and then growing it, translated to working with Z Tejas in the restaurant industry?
It's all about culture, Chad. You want people to love what they do, so they do it well, so they keep on doing it. I mean, if you can get people to stay for a long time, I think the average tenure of TicketCity is probably 22 to 25 years. Little bit harder in the restaurant industry to keep that kind of longevity, but it's the main chef of ZT has been for 25 years. The food is still the same. People know what they're getting, and it's a restaurant that I love, and we're fighting the fight that you see every day with companies like McDonald's and Denny's giving food away at $5, trying to give value, and we're trying to still give service and amazing food at a fair and reasonable price in this really tough environment that we see a lot of restaurants suffering and working through their issues.
You own 4 Tejas locations. How would you kind of describe the culture there, and how do you kind of go about setting it or implementing it?
Yeah, luckily I'm owner, not operator, but as owner, I try to influence my team to walk in and make people delight the guests. It's all about delighting the guests, because it's not what we say. They're not going to remember that we came in as, hi, welcome to ZTAS, where you get elevated Tex-Mex with a Southern flair. We've been around for 35 years. You ready for that first margarita? They're not going to maybe remember, what we're telling them or saying to them, but they're going to remember how they felt when they're leaving. So it's all about delighting the guests and making them have an amazing experience, from great food, great environment, and great smiles from our servers and management.
What's some of maybe challenge that you faced in the restaurant industry that kind of snuck up on you compared to the challenges you faced in the ticket world?
I'll compare it to a little Star Wars action. All right. Think about, you have all these people chasing you with guns ablazing, and you're having to bob and weave in space. There's ice machines that break. There's plumbing issues. There's something that comes at you every day that you're trying to do your job every day, and there's little bullets you're having to dodge to make sure you can give the best experience to your guests, and it never stops. From dealing with personnel issues, people have things happening to them every day and might not be able to come in for some reason, and you're dealing with distractions, and it's tricky when you're trying to do what you do best, which is the spirit of Z and give amazing memories. And behind the scenes, landmines are popping up. So it's really challenging in this industry, and it's exhilarating. I mean, you better show up with your game face on and your boxing gloves on, because you better bob and weave, or you're going to get knocked out. So I think of it a little bit like the old Rock'em Sock'em robots. Remember that? The blue guy and the red guy, and you as a little kid popping off at each other. You are dealing with that, and it's exhilarating for sure.
How did COVID affect operations at Z Tejas, and did it change it? And are the changes still in place now?
Yeah, COVID was tough on everybody. It funneled down from a personal experience where it took my identity away. If you can think, okay, COVID's going on, we're not selling any tickets to TicketCity. No one's really allowed to come into the restaurant now. That's a difficult scenario. And, we're having to do things different. So, here we are trying to help out different places that need food. We're trying to be a part of the community. We're, selling jugs of margaritas now, gallon jugs. I mean, we're doing whatever it takes. That's what life is about. You have to adapt or you go away. And it's not easy adapting in the restaurant business. So COVID was devastating to the entire industry, but at the same time, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Hey, I saw that you've written a couple of books, The Secrets of Swagger and Ticket to the Limit. How does this, tell me a little bit about the secrets of swagger and what could an entrepreneur take away from that?
Yeah, that's a fun book. Secrets of Swagger: How to Own Your Own Cool in Life and Business. It's just walking with your head up every day. It's talking about, you know, oh gosh, it's talking about commitment, doing the right thing long after the feeling of doing it leaves you. It talks about John F. Kennedy, what he had to deal with, in regards to bravery with, the Bay of Pigs and nuclear weaponry and against Russia. It talks about George Clooney, walking into a room, being able to light it up, and Lady Gaga, having creativity. And it talks about a lot of amazing folks and how I relate those people to being able to run their world and run a business and do similar things at TicketCity. It talks about old Blue Eyes, Frank Sinatra. That boy would walk into a room and have charisma, and you have to do all these things: commitment, charisma, creativity, culture, all these different things to have swagger and to, be proud of who you are and what you're doing in order to make a difference. So Secrets of Swagger: How to Find Your Own Cool in Life and Business. And then before that, I wrote Ticket to the Limit: How Passion and Performance can transform your life and business into an amazing adventure. So, those were basically books and self-help coaching guides on how I grew TicketCity and the things I had to do to run an amazing business and culture and make a difference and being able to give back as well.
What would you say are some of the most rewarding aspects of owning Z Tejas restaurants?
I mean, that's a two-edged sword right there. Number one, you're owning restaurants. So what makes you feel good? When you see people smiling, when you see the sparklers go out in these restaurants and people looking at the sparklers because it's their birthday or their anniversary, and they're feeling good because they just took their mom or parents out, and the smiles and the pictures are going, and everybody's hearts are warm. I mean, that's a cool deal, when we're able to watch that. And that's the main thing of why we show up every day with our game faces on to delight our guests and make a difference. It's energy from Z.
Had you had experience? Sorry, had you had experience in the restaurant industry before you got involved with Z Tejas?
Well, before I even started TicketCity, I went to school at the University of Denver for hotel and restaurant management. I thought that's what I wanted to do. I opened up Marriott's in the early 80s, working for that great company. And I'm like, wow, it's, working with people and that I thought it was something I wanted to do. And, waiting tables and bartending for chains like El Torito and Chi-Chi's back in the day and Olive Garden. So, I mean, a little bit, but nothing like ownership. I don't think you can really prepare yourself for ownership of a restaurant because, you have to have your lightsaber on you at all times because there are, laser beams coming at you and you got to pop them off in order to continue making your clients smile.
Yeah, I would imagine. I'm a DU graduate as well, so go
Get out of
Pios.
town.
Yeah,
You're a pioneer. You're a pioneer, huh?
Can you imagine?
What year? I just went there my freshman year. What year did you go there?
Oh, I went there for a master's degree, so I went there a little bit later.
I was there in, I think, about 1980.
Yeah, I was there a bit later, about 20 years later.
Well, nice to meet a fellow pioneer, young man.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you from Colorado, or did you just go there for school?
I just went there one year. I played tennis for those guys and then came back to Texas. And once you live in Austin, Texas, you fall in love with this place. There's something about it. I got to give you a view. I got to give you this view of this place if I can figure out how to. This is what Austin, Texas is about. we're going to show you this place. Look at this beautiful place here in Austin, ladies and gentlemen, and all you restaurateurs.
Wow.
Isn't that
Amazing.
pretty?
Wow. That looks so nice.
And let me tell you, that was not from restaurant profits. I promise you that.
That looks awesome.
Yeah. Let me turn this back around so you can see. Let's see if we can get me going now with my technological challenge.
Hey, I know that you are a speaker and a coach. Tell me a little bit about those things that you do.
So I'm a part of a group called the Gathering of Titans. And the Gathering of Titans meets once a year at MIT in Boston. And I'm actually in charge of it this year. It's really a cool group. It's the same 70 CEOs that have been getting together the last 25 years. And it's pretty cool. We meet at MIT. We have amazing speakers that talk to us and we learn from, and we grow personally and professionally with this amazing group of humans. And that's what I do every year in April for about 5 days. I also speak at events around the world when I'm asked, from the books that I've written to talking about restaurants and what it's like, growing a company like TicketCity, helping make dreams come true and giving back. And, it's just an important part of my life as I cruise further and, to the sunset of our journey. It's like, what can we do other than just work to really make a difference and help other people? So that's why I'm out there coaching and speaking and doing some of those things.
Okay, very nice. Hey, I have one more question for you, but first tell me how people can find out more info about both Z Tejas and TicketCity.
Well, you can go online to ztejas.com and find out all our amazing food that we have there. We have amazing dishes from our Gorgonzola New York strip, our jerk chicken Diablo pasta, our chicken artichoke stacker, grilled ruby trout. We've got legendary dishes, Navajo tacos, shrimp tostada bites. The list goes on and on and on. So, we love our food there. So check out all our pictures and our locations at ztejas.com. People can go to TicketCity.com where you get the best of tickets for the best of times. They can, I'll give a little discount code for any of your listeners, Cohen, Cohen, 1403. So when you're planning on going to a local football game or the college playoffs or a basketball game, use that Cohen 1403 and save a few shekels. And if anybody wants to email me, I'm an open book. It's Randy@TicketCity.com for TicketCity, and it's rcohen@ztejas. That's rcohen, Cohen @ztejas.com.
Okay, awesome. Hey, you mentioned a lot of great food there. When you're a customer at Z Tejas, what's kind of like your go-to combination of items?
Well, I love the catfish beignets. Man, those melt in your mouth for sure. Love that. Love the shrimp tostada bites, mushroom enchiladas, artichoke chicken. They make me drool. Gosh, if I'm feeling a good steak, we've got amazing Gorgonzola steak there. And, I think we even have specials on a lot of Wednesdays where we have a big giant lollipop steak where about 3 people share those things. We just have fun. We try to create good energy. The Chambord margaritas are my favorite. Oh my God. In the olden days, I think there was a 2 per person limit. Now we don't do that anymore with the great people at Uber and Lyft. So we're one big food loop of love party.
Nice. Sounds fantastic. Hey, Randy, it's been great to talk to you. Thanks so much for your time today and sharing all of your insights. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, Chad, pleasure to meet you. And, thanks for being in the Z Tejas and TicketCity loop of love, and come visit me at one of my locations. I'd love to see you in person.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll plan on it. Thanks so much, Randy.
All right. Take care, everybody. Love you. Woo woo.
So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to the Top Business Leaders Show, powered by Rise 25. Visit rise25.com to check out more episodes of the show and to learn more about how you can start your own podcast.